think that was punching at the bed frame. Punching at the bed frame. Hey, Jazzy. Good morning. Good morning. It's Easter Monday, isn't it? It's Easter Monday. He is dangerous. He said he would do that to their haters' face. Yeah, and I think um, he said a lot, and I don't think they realize what they say has consequences. I don't think he was ever taught that. Like, what people say has consequences. If anyone missed last night's drama, please check out. Yes, do check out the Observer's recent YouTube video. Yes, it will be all on there. I saw it. I didn't watch these live in real time, but I was sent a lot of clips to do with it, and I've seen a lot of the clips. Um, that just shows how dangerous he is, especially around women. Yeah, and it's like this is where so E's defense is people do it to them, um, and E's defense is women come at them in comment sections and in their live streams. Um, Little Miss Golden, all of that because they were not center of attention on Friends Live. It wasn't even to do with no, yeah, and people have said that it was all to do with Juan's live apparently. Sharky, hello. He hates women, yes. The way he attacks and body shames is well, yes, but hey, 007, the way in which his defense is, well, people do it to me. That's his defense, which is a very sort of, it's a very sort of weak defense. Remember Maria's boyfriend Troy? Yeah, I remember Troy. Troy's been in my live streams once or twice. Said he would smash Maria's house up. Yeah, Sarah. Troy has said that. Yeah. Um, yeah, he has no defense, to be honest. There is an off button. There is Jazzy, and I do want to talk about that. There is Jazzy. You are absolutely correct, and people have said it in E's live. Come off live, come off live, and this is where I don't think they have an impulse control, and they they don't realize the impact of what they say, and it's like, well, come off live, but they're not going to. I'm glad that they did eventually. um, I think he wanted a relationship with Juan and it never went their way, right? So I do think that he does want a relationship with a lot of people, and Juan's an attractive guy. Juan's an attractive guy. um, Hang on, Sarah said something. I'm sure it's not just women commenting those things to E, but E blames us the most. Yes, so no, it's not. It's not. Um, it's not. He's women aren't the only ones saying it, but E. This is where the misogyny comes in because E will only go at women because he views women as lesser than, and you can clearly see that. Um, you can clearly see that. He is rage baiting because he needs the numbers, right, Jazzy? That's another comment that a lot of people have made as well. Well, she says he won't come off live because his bad behaviour brings in the views. Yes, it does, Welshie, it does. He is a lost cause at this point, right, Sam? A lot of people have said that. Um, a lot of people have said that. Excuse me. He doesn't come at Toby J. Nope, a trans man. Nope. Because he knows that Toby is correct about them. Yes, you are correct. But like, I've been blocked by his main account for so long. He won't come at me. He won't come at men. He will come at women, and he won't come at other trans women either. It's only biological women that he seems to come at. and it's very telling. But I think in E's mind, I think E does see themselves as a woman, and I think E sees themselves as that. So in E's mind, E isn't coming at women. He doesn't see the misogyny in it. That's because E learned this behaviour towards their mum. Yes, mum to seven. And you can, if you go back and look at how they speak to their mum, and I have done, you can clearly see that that is that. Their lifestyle is so unhealthy, sitting 24/7 live in that little room, drinking and singing defined conversation. Yes. Hey, Farrell. Farrell. Thank you for the heart, me, Farrell. Yes, Sarah. And I do think the rage is alcohol based. I think it's come down from substance abuse. As someone that has done substances, um, it definitely feels like substance abuse. He has mommy issues and has problems with biological. Yeah, Shaz, I definitely can see that. Yeah, Peggy, same old with them. But I think this is where sort of like it's difficult because they last night they almost had the kitchen utensil incident again that was wild to me, and they almost played it off as a joke, and it's like it's not a joke. You're going out now, Sam. Well, I hope you have a good day, Sam. I hope you have a good day. um Mum says that my mum would have knocked me into next week if I ever spoke to her like that. I mean, yeah, mum said my mum would too. My mum definitely would. My mum definitely would. She definitely, definitely would. Definitely would. Um, hey Kim. Oh my God! Anyone see the yes? And the men the menacing laughing creepy as fuck. I reported that live photo. Yeah, Kim. Yeah. Thank you for following alive, Sarah Lee. Thank you. Yeah. That's real. Hang on. Real life raggy doll. I like the name. I think they have anger management issues. Yes, they do. That are exaggerated by substance use. Yes, that yeah, definitely. Morning signal booster. Good morning. Um, it's its blight is completely self-inflicted. Yes, real life raggy, and it definitely is. Um, we were taught respect. He's been taught absolutely no life skills. Yeah, and you can feel for E in one aspect, but when this is where when we talk about E and when we have this discussion, like people who come across E, like the gifters and people, um, signal booster, um, when people gift in, when people feel like I look at the people that support E, I'm like, I think people feel sorry for them, but then when when there's feeling sorry, then when does it become too much? You know what I mean? Where is the line? When does the line become crossed of this is no longer a feeling sorry for them. This is just their bad behavior, and because people let them get away with it, they're now elevating that bad behavior. You know what I mean? I'm probably not explaining that very well, but there we go. Um, what does he want to go on Juan's live? Was it? Yeah, they did. They did want to go on Juan's live because I think Juan sort of, from my understanding, wants nothing more to do with E because of the drama that E brings, not just because of all the negative attention that E brings just by themselves, but I think the control aspect, like, oh, you can't talk about E and you can't bring up anything negative towards E. And yeah, well, I think Juan had had enough. They take zero steps to engage with life in any sense. Right, Signal Vista. Real life says plenty of people had less than ideal childhood slash raisings, right, but they don't pull the shit that he pulls, right. And yeah, that's a good point. Um, when it's a pattern and a choice, right, and this is where at this point what he does and what he says is a choice. Yes, in some aspects, you can feel sorry for them with how people treat them, sure. Their reaction is a choice. Can you just imagine them as a child? No, I really can't. Oh, actually, yeah, I can actually. I've met children like E. Um, Chaz says E has had too many violent outbursts on this app. E is going to do something really bad to someone, right, Chaz? And that is the danger. That's the danger. Says I had only their mod replying to me on a comment section. Their mods are just as bad. And this is where the mods sort of like, I think the mods are young, so I don't want to come for the mods because I think the mods are young, and I think that's also a choice. But also, they're fueling and they're just believing what he tells them. They're believing what he tells them, and they're going with what he says. Um, it's like he wants things to happen, but doesn't want to put the effort in. That's another good point as well, Peggy. I asked Juan that, and he denied it. He's still very much friends. Oh, I believe it's yet again confused. Oh, right. I thought they'd fallen out, Mum to Seven. Oh, it's very convoluted their friendship. I thought they'd fallen out. Watch this. Did anyone notice the hand shaking and movements, making it look like he was stimming? Yes, Marsha, I did see that. Yeah, I know. Why won't TikTok ban them? Because honestly, I think because they're either with an agency or TikTok doesn't ban. I mean, they ban everybody else, but I don't know why they don't ban E. Um, Mom says I feel sorry for them because this actually is their life. It is their life, even though he's doing it. He's right. This is their life. But I don't know why TikTok doesn't ban them. That I am not too sure on. I was going to put something up. Hang on. Because of the. One of these is the right one. That one. I designed this before I went live. Can people see that? I can make it bigger. I can get rid of the for educational purposes and discussions. But if people can see it, I just wanted to put like the numbers up. Needs to be bigger. Okay, so let me get rid of that one and then make that bigger. There we go. Is it big enough for people now? um, is that better? I hope it's better. I think this is a ploy so E doesn't pass the psych evaluation to transition. Yeah, a few people have said that. Um, does E use the transfer card with TikTok to stay on the app? They might do, Shaz. They might do. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping people can see that. I wanted to put these numbers up because I think they need to be put up considering what happened last night. Let me try that again. That'll do. That'll do. I wanted to put those numbers up because I want people, if you are needing support, there is support out there. Um, if people need those numbers, I will put this up in a video as well. Wait, what did I just do? I will put this up in a video as well afterwards. I hate when that happens. Um, Yeah, it's confidential and impartial support. Yes, they are. Yeah, I used to volunteer with Mind a few years ago, so it is confidential and impartial. Um, yeah, they are a mess and need help. They do need help. Like E, as much as they're a pain in the ass, does need help. I do think that they need help. They need to get off TikTok. To be honest, that's my viewpoint. Um, Someone needs to show E's actions to their landlord. It's not a safe space for people living with them. Yes, I can agree there. Um, because this is where, and like, I can agree. But E won't admit it and put the work in. No, E won't. Um, Apparently, Bamberg has asked for a welfare check for them, seeing it on their page this morning. Yes, um, I've seen that too. Morning, it's Big Belly. That name. E isn't in homeless accommodation. It's a paid flat. Right, Mountain. I did wonder that because, like, I don't. If it was homeless accommodation, they, judging by their actions, I would have thought they would have been kicked out by now. Um, Judging by their actions. Um, I think, is a welfare check going to do anything? I don't know because we've seen welfare checks being done on TikTok before, and I don't know whether it's going to help because E, e themselves needs to be the one who wants the help, and um, yeah, he will just say it's trolls. Um, if there is enough people asking for a welfare check, then there might be some, people might start asking the right questions. Do you know what I mean? People might start asking the right questions and put E in the right support network. He's allowing. Oh, wait. Um, he's allowing us to believe it's women's shelter as rage bait. Right, Mum to Seven. I get that. Morning, busy Lizzie. I get that. Because it's all what he does is a lot of rage bait. But then because of the rage baiting, they're getting a lot of people angry, and then people are reacting angrily. Everywhere they go, they eventually end up having a full blown temper tantrum. Um, yeah, clearly living alone is not good for them. They can't cope, right? And you know, I can I can understand. Living alone is it's it's not nice. You get used to it. I got used to it for a few years. Um, it's not nice. You feel your time and stuff like that. And I think Shaz says E acts out because E wants love that they have never had, and E is going about it the wrong way about it. Right, Shaz? And because E has turned around and said that they just want to be liked and they just want friends. That's fair and that's fine. How they're going about it, however, isn't great. You know, because the response and the reaction, even if people want to be E's friend, the response and the reaction after, like, because E's been doing this for 5 years now, um, Willie has now lost another friend in Juan. And this is where sort of like E's actions online have caused such a problem that even if they met people in real life, morning Lolly, even if they met people in real life, their online presence, people are going to warn them. Look what he's done. Look what he's done here. Um, yeah, preaching a safe space and will help people, but act like that proves you're not a safe space. Right, signal booster. Right. Um, Cheryl says, don't you think it's time Maria stepped in before this all goes too far? Thank you for the heart, Leon. I can, yes, but Maria can't do anything. He's now 21. He is now 21. So Maria technically can't do anything. Maria can't do anything. Um, he is now 21 years of age. Um, and, you know, I know a lot of people blame Maria, but Maria literally cannot do legally or anything like that. Now that he is now 21, um, legally Maria can't do anything at all. Um, whatsoever. Hey KK, I will read your comment. Hang on. Morning, Sprinkles. I truly think he has been raised so poorly by their mother that it has ruined them as an adult. Which, you know, I can agree there, KK. I can agree to a certain degree. But as we grow up and as we grow as adults, it that can only take us. That can only go so far. You know what I mean? Shaz says his personality lets him down all the time. He puts me in mind of Dharma and has his traits. A lot of people have said that, Shaz. There was something else I wanted to read. You think he lacks people skills? Yeah, a lot of people have said that. I'm glad you can translate my text. I can. I used to translate a lot, Signal Vista. Yeah, he is a product of Marie's parenting style. Yes, that can be a true thing. Um, that can be a true thing. However, that can only go so far. As in, he can only blame that so far. Lolly says E's behaviour was just so very disturbing, shocking. It was, Lolly, it was. Busy Liz says apparently 21 isn't an adult according to E. I think E's read that somewhere. E has read that. So for E has read that if you are classed as a vulnerable adult, which E is not classed as a vulnerable adult, their medical records prove that, because they're the ones that showed it. If you're classed as a vulnerable adult, then things like legally and things like that, things with doctors and other things, if you're classed as a vulnerable adult, um, it's 25, but then after you're classed as a vulnerable adult for life, um, and you can get support throughout all of your life if you're classed as a vulnerable adult. But another thing that he may have read is the frontal lobe cortex doesn't stop developing until you're 25, which he may have read somewhere. But also, the brain actually doesn't stop developing at all. Your brain develops throughout your entire life. That's the reason why you had the saying, you can teach an old dog new tricks. That's where that saying comes from. Maria is that bothered, she joins in with it and goes out. Yeah, Mum 7. Yeah, Maria is also part of the problem as well. Well, she says, I don't think Maria can deal with them, so she seems stressed when he's there. Yes, yeah, it is a problem as well. Yeah, yeah, KK. We do make our own choices in life. I do. Yeah, we do. We do eventually. Hey, Shazzy. Hello. Um. Oh yeah, you're on like yeah, I am. Hi, Cass. Hello. Good morning, Shazzy. Did I say good morning? The frontal lobe finishes developing at 25. It does, Olive. Yeah, it does. But the brain still develops. Even after that, like it's like you can still learn new things. But yeah, the frontal lobe finishes developing at 25. Um, I promise I will try and be good, but yesterday's events will make it hard. Yeah, right, Shazzy, and that's the reason why I wanted to come live and talk about it. You know, yeah, that's it. But neural pathways keep going. Yeah, they do. Signal booster. They do. The brain still develops. You was in A&E till midnight last night. Oh, so just catching up on stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, Cass. A&E can take. Oh, A&E is horrible. Mm. Um, Thank you for the Easter hearts, Ferrell, and thank you for the heart, me, Shazzy. Right from wrong, and morals are learnt from a very early age. It's no excuse. Right, Mom, for 7. They are. And even if you're not taught them growing up, you can still be taught them as an adult as well. Um, it was never shown how to take in accountability. They are very self-centered. They are. Um, there's a clip, I don't know if you'll show it, but just saw it, and all I could think was, yeah, I have chosen not to show any clips. There is one clip that I did a video, and it was to do with autism. I've got the longer version of that clip. The other clips I'm choosing not to show because I don't want to trigger people. We can discuss it, of course. Um, yeah, I'm trying to write a new Doctor Seuss book. Yeah. Um, I've seen a lot of the clips. The Observer has the full context, the full video either on YouTube. So if you want the full context, and not just in clips forms, you'll find it on the Observer's YouTube channel. Um, you know. Thank you for the Harmony Sprinkles. They will have still, Shazzy says, they will still have learned basics through school. Yes. But they said that they had a hard time in school. That's what they say. I really hope they wake up with a really sore head and a looming eviction. If they've got a paid flat, then no, they won't be evicted. They won't be evicted. They may get some complaints, but no, they won't be evicted. They may wake up with a sore head, um, you know. Amon says, I wonder, has he been completely isolated growing up? No friends or family, so no chance to learn. Possibly, Mom to 7. Possibly. Hey, Sarah. Sarah J, sorry. Morning, I missed the 24 hours. What's been happening? Sarah, I've realised I keep on saying Sarah 1985, but your name is actually Sarah J 985. I've only just realised that. Sorry, Sarah. So there has been a lot. Elphaba did a lot last night. There are clips all over the FYP, of what Elphaba has done. They rage baited a lot, like just so much. There was SA talk again. There was just laughing about SA, laughing about the utensil incident. They look in one of the clips. It looks like they were looking for the utensil. It's so wild. I don't know why. Well, I do know why he does it. It's to rage bait. But a lot of people were upset. A lot of people were um, telling you to get off live. They punched the wall. No, the bed. I mean, it's the same thing. The bed's up against the wall. So they were punching the wall, getting angry. I mean, they deserve to be evicted after yesterday's performance. I mean, yeah, I get that. And if they're going to cause all those issues, then yes, I will fully, understand that. Um, Dee, hello. It was disturbing and disgusting behaviour, and yet TikTok didn't ban them. Yeah, I know, Dee. I know. A lot of people have turned around and said, a lot. Hey, Bella. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of people have tried to report the live and found no violations, which is wild to me. You know, it's absolutely wild. I did see Alice. Hello, Alice. Who the fuck is Alice? Sorry, that song. Whenever I see the name Alice, I'm like, Alice, Alice. Who the fuck is Alice? I've seen about I've seen about the vile comments saying women with C, and honestly, rage bait or not, it was vile. Yeah, it is vile. They. Good morning, Bella. Yeah, they have said a lot in the past. Just 48 hours. So much. Just so much. Anne, hello. Maybe he needs to stop drinking. Yes, Anne. I honestly do think that because I think a lot of the come downs, a lot of the rage is to do with the excessive drinking. As somebody that loves a drink myself, I don't drink as much as I used to, but I have the occasional drink here and there. Um, the come down from after the fact of alcohol, uh, yes, I do think that. She says Paige muted me for saying mods, and he don't like the truth. Yeah, a lot of people were getting muted and everything like that. Morning, Patsy. Mixing drink and snow isn't a great combo either. I mean, it isn't, Cass. I mean, uh, the last time I did snow was freaking eons ago. But the last time I did any green, we all know what green is. Not green hearts, by the way. Green. Green flowers, we'll say. Uh, the last time I did anything like that, I was drinking at the same time, and I threw up in my shoes. Not the classiest of moments. Um, Not the classiest of moments. Yeah, gardening, seriously, gardening. Yeah, wasn't the classiest of moments. Monson E therefore does horse. I'm not sure what that effect would be. Doing that, it's like speed. The last time I did that, Mum to Seven, it was like I was on speed. Sprinkle says at one point it was just the same 3 to 4 people writing the same comments over and over. Right, Sprinkles, yeah, it was. It was. I've seen the comments. You're a flower smoker, but that's all. I don't drink or do other substances. I mean, I've done quite a bit. I've done quite a bit in my time, but yeah, the last time I was a flower smoker, I drank at the same time. Not recommended. It's not recommended at all. um, we've all done that at one point. Yeah, I had to have my partner come and bring me my shoes, and the worst thing is, I went to a witches event afterwards because I was at my friends. It happened at my friends, and then I had to go. I was going to moot, sorry, on the Sunday. God, yeah. So I had to carry around a bag full of shoes that, yeah, I've had some wild moments. Yeah, never mix people. I think I was also mixing drinks as well, beer and spirits, which is never a good mix either. Never mix flowers and booze. No, never mix flowers and booze. Never do it. I've had my fun, but I garden from time to time. Right, Susie, right, you know. I drink from time to time now. The only thing that I do is an e-cig and coffee these days. I'm a coffee addict. Does that count? Thank you for the heart me. I don't care. Thank you for the. I was about to say thank you for the coffee addiction, but no one thanked me for that. Um, what can the officials do to help E if they do a welfare check? So they can advise E. They can put E in the right places. So the things that I've got up right now, things like Mind, the Samaritans. The problem is E has to want it. E has to want the help. And if E doesn't want the help and E refuses the help, there's not really much that they can do. If there is enough, pressure, then because and even that's difficult. Even that's difficult. My dad was an she said my dad was an alcoholic growing up, hence why I don't drink. Yeah, my I didn't realize it at the time, but my nan was, and she passed away early in life. Um, Having a real problem tremor today. I apologize if I'm in and out. That's okay, Peggy. I have bad tremor as well. Sometimes I can't even hold a. I was going to say hold a drink, hold a cup. This is also have an excuse to not pass the mental health assessment to a transition. Yeah, Shazzy, a lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that. Yeah, he has to comply, otherwise not a lot, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot that the officials can do, unfortunately. Mum Trist 7 says, I'm in hospital after an op. Oh no, not because of the drugs. They're giving me them. See? Uh, if they're giving you morphine, I mean, you can just ship them over here. And I'm kidding, I'm kidding. That's a joke, TikTok. Just to, help with my pain levels. Shaz says, E doesn't think E needs help, but E thinks everyone else is in the wrong. Yes, Shaz. Shaz, yes. Realize says, E has to want it, yeah, and E has to be prepared to take accountability. Self-reflection is a part of therapy. It definitely is. Yep, it definitely is. Hello, Budget Boo. It definitely is. Yeah, we do. We love TikTok Shop. My TikTok Shop, I swear, I've got like hundreds of pounds waiting to be bought. Makeup, little gadgets, little things. Can I afford any of it? No. Is it all in there? Yeah. I want one of those. I want. Is it the karaoke mic things? Oh, they keep on coming up on my FYP as well, and I'm like, and little wigs as well, like wigs. I've got wigs in there. I've got like a dress in there. I've got little light things, like just all the things. I mean, I'm liking it. I won't lie, but also the rest from Seven Killers. Right, Mum to Seven. It was in. They were in assisted living accommodation, yeah, where people would help them with life skills. Got kicked out. Right, Barbara. You're sharing carts like that, but you boo. Ah, it's such a relief when you provide these live chats. Yeah, I wanted to have a live where we could just sit, chat, talk about. I know the conversation is about E, but we can talk about anything. TikTok Shop is so bad for my bank. Oh, Shell, see, yeah. What was I was gonna say something about they're cheaper on eBay. See, I have not used my eBay account in years upon years upon years. I use my Amazon account more. I use my Amazon account more. You spend a fortune in TikTok Shop, Marie. Oh no, that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with being derailed. Um, yeah, yeah. E caused damage to the wall, Haley. They did. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It was about sort of like needing the help. Oh, Barbara, hang on. Let me go back to Barbara's comment a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, Barbara's comment. He was in assisted living accommodation where people would help them with life skills, and they got kicked out. Yes, Barbara. Um, the This is where he's gonna need to want the help, and they're not gonna want it. They're not gonna want the help. They've proven that time and time again. You don't have TikTok Shop in Australia? Really, Susie? I thought they would have. I thought they would have. I think it's because they were young. They were quite young at the time. Shell. They were quite young, but they don't see they are the problem. No, they don't, Shazzy. They don't. Unless he's forced to be sectioned. Yeah, but even they don't have it in Spain either. Really, I thought TikTok Shop was everywhere. You got to go. I nearly called you spinal booster, signal booster. Um, okay, I hope you have a good day. Oh, really? What have I missed? Oh, a lot, Venice. He did a lot last night. At the moment, we're just having a chat. We're finding out that TikTok Shop isn't everywhere. At the moment, Venice. Um, he thinks everyone is yes, Marie, and this is where, and I've learned that over like over the time, sort of like you only got TikTok Shop a few months ago. Wow, damn. Even someone in Ireland didn't have TikTok Shop until what? Last month? Really, Mum to seven? Yeah, med and hydration check. Yes, always take your meds. Have I taken mine? I'm not going to answer that question. Yeah, he does blame everyone else. They do, and this is where sort of like yeah, he's going to have to take accountability eventually. He'll be on live later and be all apologetic, but will mean none of it. Yeah, they'll be blaming everybody else. They'll be blaming everybody else, and sort of like this is the reason why sort of like I really wish people would stop. I can understand that people are angry. I'm angry with what he says about like autism and SA and all those things. I can understand the anger. Don't get me wrong. I understand being really angry. Um, but I think we need to have the conversation about stop sounding like the D threats and all those things in Alphaba's chat. Um, because it's just fueling them at this point. It was rough. It was rough. People enable E. Um, people enable E what he does, and they are the people in the yeah. I know, and like I said, I understand the anger. I really do. This is where like he comes on live, right, and he rages at people, punches the wall. And I think I wanted to have this conversation yesterday, but like we was there for hours. Um, has he made me angry to the point of wanting to punch walls? Yeah, but I rage at like the full walls. I'm like this motherfucker. I've had those angry moments. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I usually have them off live. I have them off live. Um, because you know I don't want to trigger anyone, and I don't like. I'm aware that I'm not 6 foot, but I'm a man, and I've raged whilst baking a cake. Ooh, see, I'd love to learn how to bake. I think of a lot. Bridget says, wait. I think a lot of the haters saying the threats was some of the new blood from East Tommy. Yeah, yeah, I know, and um, yeah, I do think that as well. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. I'm an eat enabler too. I go into their live and tell them to eat and eat and eat. That's mum just 7. I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating. I could do with. I could do. Oh, now I want cake. Venice has got me wanting cake now. It's like CLA. People enable her telling her she's lost weight and she's eating a meal for 3. Yeah, cake. Ooh, I want cake. Yeah, they people do enable CLA as well. I'm perimenopausal. I rage often, but wouldn't hit anything. Right? Well, she. So there was So I've got the clip where he. It was after they hit the wall and they were going on about like neurodivergency and excuse me, and autism. And this is where we was having the conversation yesterday. You just ate a jar of pickles. Oh, uh, wait. You've got to rage bait us all cakes. Yes, rage bait. Yeah, rage bake. Anyway, so the yeah, in yesterday's live stream, we brought up RFK Jr. Hey Vivi, we brought up RFK Jr. and other things. When it comes to like autism and things like that, um, they don't even know what having with. Wait, this chat's jumping on me. Uh, they don't even know what having with ND conditions is. They just rage bait to get engagement up. They do. Um, you like the color? Thank you. So the what was I going to say? So we went over yesterday with the RFK Jr. and what he said, um, and he brought up autism yesterday and today, um, and I, brought up my personal. I went personal with that yesterday, whereas today, I think I spoke about impact yesterday. Um, I feel like he's still harping on about autism and ADHD diagnosis is still disrespectful. I'm going to get to that, Shell. Um, so, wait, what? Old school iced cake and custard. Oh, yes, that's nice. So thank you for the heart, me Welshie. So they were saying no doubt on a diagnosis they would be diagnosed with ADHD. Yes, they did. Yeah. So, but we need to think about this. We saw them on GB News, right? We saw what happened with GB News. Thank you for the rose, Peggy. We saw what happened with GB News, right? And we've seen what happened there. Are you okay, Vivi? You keep on putting things, and I'm a bit confused. Um, they only they'd only get a diagnosis because they've spent time researching all about it. Yeah, that's very true. So we saw them on GB News, right? And we saw GB News make a mockery of the whole trans community, but they used Elphaba to do it. And this is where impact is. Elphaba needs to sit and think about impact. Because when they're doing stuff like this, and well, stuff like I must be on the spectrum or must be neurodivergent, when they're raging, punching walls, and doing all this on a live stream, they've got anger issues. When they're doing this, like this is going to be very an extreme version, but look at how the media portrays autistic people, just neurodivergent people. Now, we all saw the Southport unaliving. I had to word that correctly. And right, we all witnessed that happen. The riots and all the stuff that happened, right? And people demanded to know what the name of that young boy's name was, right? Which, okay, fair. Once the public knew what that boy's name was, the BBC, the first thing that they did was run the name, and what was the headline? Autism. They didn't care about the community. That's what they ran with. And this is where, as someone that's watching what he's doing, and he's going, oh, I must be neurodivergent, I must be neurospicy, and I'm autistic, and they're raging, they're punching the wall and going, people just aren't understanding me, and da, da, da. Once I get a diagnosis and all this stuff, I'm sort of like, you're doing all of this, and with what we've seen what happened with GB News, GB News made a mockery of E, made a mockery of the trans community, and they used E to do it, right? And this is where I need Elphaba and those supporting Elphaba to look at the impact, because they're not, media companies like the BBC, GB News, and all these people aren't going to care. They're going to take somebody like Elphaba, put Elphaba on the platform, and go, this is what an autistic person looks like. And it's like, no, no. And this is the reason why I get angry, and a lot of other people get angry, because it's like, Alphabet, I need you to listen to a lot of people. I mean, BBC is just a whole problem. Oh, BBC is another problem, but that's just it. You know what I mean? People aren't. Um, that you know, that's what I saw when it came to the Southport thing, and people wanted to know the name, and BBC just ran with, "Oh, he's autistic." It's like, oh, and we see it a lot of the time, you know. And when Alphabet does, thank you for the roses, everyone. When Alphabet does these things, rages, and then says, "Oh, it must be because I'm autistic." It's like, no, it's just because you're having a come down and all this stuff. It's just what it's just. I really want E to look at the damage. I really want E to look at the damage that they do, because this isn't done in a Zoom call. This isn't done behind closed doors. This is done on a public platform. And like, you have the likes of, I don't agree with GB News, but you have the likes of GB News and all these news outlets that are watching this, that are seeing this, and they're not going to look at the impact that this could have on the autistic community or the trans community. They're just going to look at somebody like Alphabet and go, this is the representation. They're not going to look at anything. Thank you for the roses. They're not going to look at anything. They're just going to go, here's a person that's having a tantrum online, and go, because they've mentioned the fact that they're autistic, they haven't done anything. You know, it's not on the medical records because they've shown it us. These news outlets and these people aren't going to look into that. They're just going to go, well, they said that they're autistic, so we're going to believe it. And look, look, look. This is the impact. So I will read some comments now. Haley says, E could have screamed into a pillow. Instead, they chose violence. Yeah, I mean, I've screamed. There are many times that I've screamed into a pillow. Many times. Chad says, diagnosis he shows is 100% not just when on a come down. Right, Shazzy, you know, it's not just when they're on a come down. No. Venice is like, okay, Med's done. Had high protein chocolate mousse. Ooh, as breakfast. That's right. Ooh. See, I just want chocolate mousse. I don't care if it's got high protein. I mean, some people might, but I'm just like, ooh. Chelsea says, and this is why Maria has no doors in her home. I mean, that's what people have said, Shazzy. Yeah, that's what people have said. Yeah, he will end up a laughing stock, and the rest of the neurospicy would be lumped. Yeah, exactly, Brendan. And that's. This is where I want the people that, you know, I want people to realize that, you know, this is the harm. This is what we mean when we say Alphabet is dangerous, because they are. They're going to cause harm with what they say and what they do. Yeah, but you have, Liz, you have. You have. We're just having a general conversation because of all the events that happened last night. I will say E has something going on. Anger issues. Yeah, I mean, he does. There is anger issues there. I think it's got more. I think it's more to do with I think when it comes to E, there is something there, but I think it's more to do with that anger issues and a lot of problems going on. Morning, puppy. Good morning. So if he has an assessment and comes back that he doesn't have autism, he won't have an excuse. Well, I mean, they want to. I mean, they've said that they are going to, but they've said that for the past 5 years. First they blame cams, then they blame other things. They've been saying it for the past 5 years. More likely anger issues and drugs. I think it's to do with that. Um, it's a come down, and it's substance abuse over a long time, and the come down from that. No, I don't. I don't think he will go for the assessment. I don't think he will go for the assessment. They've been saying it for years. They've been saying it for years. There is a lot. Oh, that jumped on me. There is a lot of anger there, and lately, he seems very adept at saying and doing the wrong thing. Right, Liz, and I think they're very good at doing that, and I think they do it on purpose. Always near end of the month before payday. I don't know when they get paid. I have no idea. Um, I have no idea, to be honest. Marie says he's going. Yeah, they are getting out of hand. They are. They really are. Um, yes, Liz. It is. It is very much for views and gifts. It is. It is. Um, it definitely is. And I think they've gotten into the cycle of it as well. They've gotten into the cycle of views and gifts, and I will say that they're very much well aware that it's for views and gifts. They know that they're aware of it. They're aware of it. I mean, mm, they're aware of it. So I'm just looking at the comments as well. So like, I don't know, like I now want cake. All I've got on my brain is cake. Hmm. I'm not well. I'm not gonna bake a cake because I can't be asked to bake a cake, but I want cake. Even his Insta stories were blaming others. I hate it, and it will do. And that's okay, Dennis. He will blame other people. He will blame everybody else because everybody else. I think there is a clip of E saying, "I'm going to expose everybody's like what they've been saying in the DMs to them." Which okay, fair, do that. Being an attention seeker isn't a diagnosis for anything, right, Shazzy? It's not. You have angel cake right now? Really? I don't care. Hmm. I just want any kind of cake. You think butterfly E gives off sociopath? Yeah, E showed DMs last night. Yeah, they did, Marie. They did. They showed like, but they've done that before though. They've done that before. Because there's always one insta when he knows the backlash is coming on TikTok. Yes, yeah, they do. They do. Um, because they can control things more on Insta rather than on TikTok. Because they've run out of spaces, I think, on TikTok, to be honest. They've blocked, they've run out of words to block, and they've run out of people to block. So, yeah, no, I don't think, I don't think there's is there I don't genuinely block anyone, but like, uh, I think on Instagram, I don't know if there's a limit on who you can block on Instagram. I'm not actually too sure. I don't know, to be honest. Actually, I say that I don't block anyone. And there's a few people that I've blocked. on both Instagram and on TikTok. Um, one or two, but like I don't make a habit of it. But yeah, like it. I don't know about the limit on Insta. But you, oh yeah, you can restrict people, Shell. You definitely can restrict people on Insta. You can, yeah. You fancy a walnut cake now? Didn't want one till I joined the chat. Probably right. We all want cake. We all want cake. I wonder if E will run back down to Devon if E gets booted out of the present place he lives in. Liz, they might do. They might do, especially with last night, and last night's antics. Just the past 48 hours, they might do. They might do. That Welsh that last night was all down to jealousy towards Juan having friends. Everyone, yeah, it was, and like, mm, hello, Antoinette. He has to be told to leave. Hello, I don't think it is. I think they are actually in a flat. I think he wants people to believe that it's a women's shelter. Um, Morning, Sharon. Good morning. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, Sharon. That's pretty much the only place that they could go. Um, but it's eventually time will run out. Juan only wanted a chill life, so he didn't like that and went in. Right, and I'm really craving banana bread. Ooh, I love a good banana bread. Yes, I think Juan only wants peace, from what I've seen. I mean, their lives do pop up for me from time to time, um, like on my FYP, but I don't usually click and or say anything. Um, wait, you can hear a woman and a child in the background. Often, can you, Welshie? I mean, I generally can't. Um, Again, clickbait slash rage baiting using the women's shelter. They know it draws in engagement. It's because, yeah, I know, yeah. Um, oh, did they have a lovely live last night? I mean, I think I may have seen one or two bits of that live. Someone said it isn't a women's shelter, but a homeless type shelter. I honestly, I don't know, Liz. I haven't really checked. I don't really want to check into it. Realize says one strikes me as a complete sweetheart. Uh, he doesn't need the drama that he brings. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She says Juan was warned time and time again and didn't learn, so I think it's the end of that friendship. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, he is too much. He is too much for their friends. That's why they lose them, right? And I think, um, as of the law thing, they wouldn't be allowed in the shelter. No, they wouldn't, Venice. See, this is where I think what he does is no, they can't keep friends, Peggy, because what he does is this about his it is Antoinette, yeah. So what I think he does is he right. I can understand on a human level. I can understand if you think the whole world's against you, and you feel shunned from society. As someone who as someone that has had, society shunned on me, right? Thank you for the roses. Um, I can understand that, and I can understand latching on to, friends. Um, but like, there's a level of intensity, and I can see what he is doing. He is latching onto friends, not really realizing that they have boundaries. Hi, Angie, that they have boundaries, um, and being very full on, being very, very full on. Liz says he may use Right. He may use Go and present as homeless in London, saying that their safety in Devon was compromised. Yeah, they might do. They may have done this. Yeah. Many of us do feel disenfranchised from society. We don't play up the way they do. Right. Exactly. There are. As I say, on a human level, um, on a human level, I can empathize with that. I can empathize with society. You feel shunned from society, but it's not society's. I mean, it can be. You can feel angry towards society, but at the same time, you know, at what point do you sort of go, well, you can either make the best of it, or you just go, thank you for the help me hand you, or you just go with it. Yeah, he's done it a lot with Jay. They did it with Jay. They've done it with Robert. They've done it with Jack. They've done it with so many people. Emit Juan said they'd have to lie about their friendship, then started controlling Juan's lives. Yeah, Haley, and this is the problem. He wants to control how they are perceived. Now, I don't want to use their age as an excuse. Like, I'm like 30 freaking 6 years of age. Um, do all of us want to be liked by people? Yeah, sure, of course. Are we going to be liked by everyone? No. Am I everyone's cup of tea? No. Um, I did a short. I did it on TikTok and I also did it on YouTube as well. And the comment I got on YouTube was "Stop yapping, get to the point." I just removed the comment because I'm not for everyone, and that's what you sort of have to learn is we're not for everyone. We are not for everyone. Um, you know, can't wait to see what happens. What happened when Jack starts his summons? Right, that's going to be an interesting one. If he's not the main character, they kick off. Right, Haley, exactly. Um, and I think that's where sort of like my mentality is different from E's because yes, of course, like this live stream is like main character energy, I guess. But like I'm not the leader of fucking anything. I'm just not a leader nor a follower. I'm just in between, I guess. Angie says, if E feels shunned, how does she feel the older generation feels being taxed out of the pension they worked all their lives for? Right, Angie, a lot of people are shunned. A lot of people are shunned. Um, how they are perceived is on their behavior. They need to change that to change how they are viewed. Okay, so you're not wrong. WY, I'm just going to call you W. Um, you're not wrong. Um, this is where, like, and I've seen a lot of people, it's not just with Elphaba, but I've seen a lot of people, like, when we get called out, as content creators and as people, um, in one of my gaming clips, people were coming for me hardcore saying because I was making a lot of mistakes. Um, it can feel like a personal attack. That's more like in the gaming side of things. It can feel like a personal attack, and I think what he needs to realize is when people are calling out your bad behavior, yes, people are calling them out, and people do go too far. I will say that, but people are calling E out for their bad behavior, but they're not attacking them as a person. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, yeah, I think I explained that well. Yeah. Try to explain that well. Like we need to understand that like there is a a separation of online and us as people. Marie says, my daughter is 22 and has bought a house. Ah, and is moving 5 hours away from. Oh, that's awesome, Marie. That is awesome. Luna says, nobody can be for everyone. Right, exactly, yeah. Nobody's for everyone. She says, I remember when E was all about attention, whether it was good or bad. Yeah, exactly, yeah. She said, when I was 21, I was running a hotel and bar single-handedly and pregnant. Really? She says, that must have been hard. She says, and essentially they got what they asked for. Yeah, they got what they asked for. Real says, being an adult is understanding that you won't be everyone's cup of tea, but not everyone likes tea, because not everyone, because not everyone likes it. Yeah, right. I mean, I'm more of a coffee drinker. I mean, you're not wrong, OW. Gaming is different. E could do so many positive posts and to improve and show they have changed, etc. Right, W. I think the gaming was the wrong sort of analogy. um, they are all words, no actions. You, I'm sure, try to improve in playing a game. I mean, yeah, I do try and improve. I do need to do more gaming content, to be fair. So I was just thinking about, like, I have not done any gaming content in like a month. Listeners, the trouble is E's gifters have made E feel like E is special and can't do no wrong. Yes, that is very true, Liz. While she says E will always use the excuse that people are transphobic or attacking their mental health. And are there transphobic people out there being transphobic towards E? Yes. I mean, E does need to stop using that as a card though, because it's not going to work forever. Um, Chances, I don't understand why they don't want to work and have their own money. Um, I can kind of speak to that in a way. Um, mm, actually, can I? I don't know. I can only speak from my personal experience. I've always wanted to work. Like, I want to. I've tried so many times. I fail every single time. Um, because of like all the things I've explained throughout like the time. Like I've tried. And I can only speak from my personal experience. Um, like I would love to like I think when it comes to E, I think the being in I'm trying to get into Alphaba's head. I think E wants to like own their own business. I think like I was watching the Do We Know Them Girlies, right? And they were doing like a video on Coachella and things like that, and what happened there. And there was like this like car Coachella thing going on, and that was wild to see. And there was like this online thing, and there was these two people that just got famous and got a brand deal for just out of nowhere. And I think Lily and Jesse brought up a good point of different generations and people Alpha's age grew up with videos like Coachella on YouTube and influencers on YouTube. They grew up with influencers. We didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up with influencers. We didn't grow up with social media. So I think in Alpha's mind, they're going to be famous. They're going to get the brand deals. They're going to get this. They're going to get that. Um, and it's just gonna happen for them because in their mind what they've seen online is it's happening for everybody else. I think that's their viewpoint. At 21 I had a flat full-time job and a baby. Oh, Maria. I mean, my mum had me at 2020. No. Yeah, 20. I had to think about that for a second. When it says tea or coffee, but not heavy fruit teas, peach, apple, hey. Ooh, funny, that's lovely. And it says, he's an only child. He's probably had their own way their whole life. Right, Maria. I mean, I grew up with two brothers, so, you know. W says, ain't no one want to be in Easthead. I mean, I don't, but I'm just trying to trying to understand it, and it says, I was never happy working jobs until I created my own business, so I can relate in a way. Right, Haley. I kind of, I've had so many ideas for like creating a business, but I'm like, it's way too technical. I shut down with it because I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. Shanti says, they haven't even tried though. You've tried and you've been though like Josh. They haven't. And I've tried so many different times. Maria says, he's supposed to have a little sister from the, oh yeah, they do have a sister, yeah, from the dad's side, I think. Antoinette said he thinks she's entitled and he's too good to work. Yeah, I think that's what it comes to it. Maria says, yeah, but so did my kids, and they have always worked hard. Right, Maria. Yeah, um, I think you brought them up that way, though, didn't you? Haley says, I want, never with each job I've had until. Oh, you worked. Oh, right, yeah, until I created my business. Oh, right, Haley, I get that. She says, also, I think parental influence plays a huge part. My parents taught me very different today. Yeah, I mean, my mum also, you know, per, per, yeah, I was gonna say my mum and dad taught me a lot of things too. All this talk of coffee is making me want another. I mean, yeah, my coffee cup's empty as well. Actually, is it? If it's gonna be cold coffee now, yeah, it's empty. Um, don't they get? Yeah, I think they do have siblings. Maria says you can tell he's looking for advertising deals the way he mentions brands. Yes, Maria. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I mean, would it? Would we all like a brand deal? Yeah, of course. Would it be lovely? Yeah. Are we gonna get them? Probably not. Then it says, "You've been at my job since 2011. I also had a second one driving all over from 2016. And now you're just back to one job finish. Wow, that's awesome. I would love to know how they were as a child. Well, some people have come forward, Peggy, and said that they weren't exactly a nice child. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but some people have come forward and said they weren't exactly nice. This says what he realized at an early age was that he could fleece people out of money on here. Right, Liz. Yeah, they have realized that. You're not wrong, Kim. No brand will touch E too volatile. Yes, and like, okay, so when it comes to that, um, like back in the day, you had people like Jeffree Star. I mean, Jeffree Star's still going. James Charles is still going. Back in like 2016, you had those big, massive makeup influencers, right? And they did. Like James Charles got his start on Rage Bait, the Ebola stuff. Like James Charles got his name out there through Rage Bait. That's exactly how James Charles got his start. I mean, hmm. Um, yeah, like a distant dream is those. I get that, Haley. Yeah. So that worked in like 2016. Like that worked in 2016, and companies didn't really check. You know, they would get the brand deals, the Morphe codes, all the deals back then. Now in 2025, there's more consumer awareness, um, because of commentary videos and people doing commentary and things like that. People are more aware. So what worked in 2016 isn't going to work now. Um, yes, Kim, they are. They'd like to say that they're not, but messages prove otherwise. Haley, he's clearly never watched a full makeup tutorial in their life. Well, Haley, um, I like I watch makeup tutorials all the time. I The problem with me though is with my face and my freaking shakes, it's very, very difficult. I will get used to doing makeup though. Alice has tried getting noticed by going on Big Brother after show. That was soon forgotten about. Yeah, that has been forgotten about. You're right, Liz. That has been forgotten about. Last night was a catalyst of how being on social media 24/7 has sent them into a delusional world. Yeah, Marguerite. Yes, yeah. Last night was a lot to handle. It's all about practice too. Yeah, nothing is instant, right? And I think this is the thing with me though is I will admit I'm a perfectionist in it. Because I can't do it right straight away. You, I've got pictures of my makeup looking really bad, and I'm like, right, Kim. Yeah, I know. And this is the reason why I wanted to go live so that we can talk about it and just have a chat about not just about everything as well. Um, as a breather as well. But yeah, Kim, I know. Yes, I. This is the reason why, Kim, I do think the way, but when people say that he's a danger, Elphaba obviously will take that as an attack. Elphaba's mods and Elphaba's friends, the people that support Elphaba, will see that as an attack. Which, okay, fair. But once they see that, they won't actually listen and go, wait, hang on. Why are people saying that? Why are people saying Alphabet is a danger? And the reason why is because of all the things that Alphabet does. And I said it earlier, Alphabet's defense is, well, look at what people do to me. Okay, we can't control other people. I can't control other people. Like, I can only control my reaction to what other people do. Like, you know, um, you haven't worn makeup properly in years. I really miss it. My Jaclyn Hill palette isn't touched, really, Haley. I have not had a Jaclyn Hill palette. My palettes are mainly Beauty Bay. I do have I've got the Nikki Tutorials palette. The Nikki Tutorials palette. I really want the Pokemon one. I want the Pokemon one. I want the Pokemon collection. I've been wanting that for ages. Um, I never got to learn to do the makeup stuff as a child slash teen. Me neither. I'm sure others too. No, I never did either. Shell. I never did either. So I'm sort of like almost 40, and I'm like I really like I've got makeup. I've got a lot of makeup that I really should be using, but I'm like, um, and the poor people living in that place. Yeah, I know, Margaret. Yeah, it's gonna be. Mm, Wonder how it affects their mother. I don't know if it will. I think it might have some pushback. It might do. Um, you won't get hormones as they won't pass a mental health assessment. Their mods block everyone. That's what a lot of people have said, Antoinette, is they won't get they pulled this stunt because of what's happening on April 30th. You know. You had the original Jaclyn Hill palette before they changed the formula. Oh, everyone raved about that Jaclyn Hill palette. Like the one, like the original one, everyone raved about it. Um, wasn't that in 2016 or was that before? Was that in 2016 or before 2016? That's okay, Margaret. Just want to say thank you for giving me safe space to comment. That's okay, Margaret. You know, this is the reason I wanted to come live and so everyone could talk about it. Um, they've even said, hang on, I'm missing a comment. They've even said they went past. Yeah, they have, Antoinette. They have. Does anyone else think E does this on purpose so E won't pass assessment because E doesn't want to? Yeah, Kim. I think a lot of people have said that. No, isn't the 30th of April on a Wednesday? Because I looked that up. Isn't it on a Wednesday? Yeah, it's next week. It's next Wednesday. I just looked at my calendar. um, transition it will cost them. Yeah, Kim. Yeah. Oh, we got two Kims in. Kimberly Smith. Why is TikTok protecting E? I think they just don't care. They just don't care. Wait. So, hang on. I think you got yours in the last batch, Haley. Oh wow. I really like. I've got so many palettes. I've got so many palettes, so much makeup. Even though I want the Pokemon palette, I'm like, I keep on wanting to buy makeup, and this is where it's sort of like I have to no, I have to use the makeup I have. Wait, hang on. They were reading the comments and showing hand all for attention. Yes, they were. Haley Von. I've got two Haleys in. Haley and Haley Von Horror. Haley Von Horror. Hang on, I need to do I need to play a puzzle. I need to play a puzzle. Um so people have reported their actions and they don't find anything wrong. Yeah, I know, Kim, I know, Kimberly. You had to go, Shell. Well, I hope you have a nice day. I hope you have a nice day. Yes, they did, Barbara. They did. They have an LGBTQ charity helping them with counselling, etc. Which, I mean, that's fair. You know. Thank you for following, Kimberly Smith. Thank you for following. Um, it's the last day of the month. Not a Sunday. It was, yeah, I know, Shazzy. Shazzy. Like yesterday, I thought it was Monday. I literally came on live stream yesterday and was like, yeah, happy Monday, everyone. And I was like, wait, it was only after the live. Shazzy was like, wait, it's not Monday. I even, because like we have milk delivered on a Monday morning and on a Thursday morning. And I even checked because it's a bank holiday, right? And I was like, I checked to be like, has the milk been delivered? Because like if it's a bank holiday, our milk doesn't get delivered till the Tuesday, right? And so I checked and was just like, oh no, milk hasn't been delivered. It wasn't until the live it was after the live, and I was like, I checked the milk, and I was like, it's not Sunday. I mean, other way around. It's not Monday. It's Sunday. Oh, Haley Shaw. Kidney failure and heart disease. Bonjour. Sure. I mean, if I list up my mine's like we could all have a list. Autism, depression, see let's go. I'll be thinking Wednesday, it's Tuesday. I know, finish off the days, and so it's like it's Easter Monday as well, and sort of like because I don't have kids or anything, I keep on forgetting it's Easter. I keep on forgetting that it's Easter. It's like, oh, I keep on forgetting it's a bank holiday. As someone that, like, I applied, because I had to call it to get my meds. Um, I applied to get my meds thinking, oh, they'll come on Monday. Nope, bank holiday. You've got 2 weeks off. I won't know what to do on my really well. She calls chaos. That's what I usually do. Anyone got a spare kidney? I'd be really grateful. A bit nuts. Well, I mean, I don't think I've got a spare one. How many kidneys does the body have? It's been a while since I took biology. Is it? No. It's two livers, isn't it? Oh, is it two? Oh, two. Oh, you do have two kidneys. It's no, it's only one liver. You only have one liver. Oh, it's lungs I'm thinking of. You have two lungs. Ah, so you have two kidneys. Ah, two kidneys, one liver. Oh no, Haley. Oh no. Yeah, one liver. Yeah, it's been a while since I took biology. It was lungs I was thinking of. I was like, wait, is there something with L that has two? Yeah, I could do with a new body. I keep on like, because of the keloid scarring and everything that I got going on, I'm sort of like, I want a new body. I want a new body. Ah, but the liver can grow. I mean, yeah. Now, let me get this right. The kidney is. Wait. I'm trying to remember if the kidney or the liver is the one that uh, filters out toxins. Drink lots of water, people. Kidney stones are the devil. Oh, Haley. Oh, the liver can regenerate. Really? Kaza? I didn't know that. Oh, is it the kidney that does that, Coots? What does the liver do? Oh my god, like, it's been a while since I did biology. The liver does something. Ah. Oh. But hang on. Because if your liver goes, there's something else. Ah. Oh, isn't that the sugar levels? Liver metabolizes toxins in the blood. Oh, right. I need new legs, so I'll swap for a kidney. There you go, Anton. There you go. If damage isn't that advanced, it can it can regenerate minded. Oh, kidneys can clear your blood. That's why I'm on dialysis to take all the crap out of my blood. Oh right, Haley. Oh okay. Oh, liver filters blood. Oh, oh wait. Coop says the pancreas. Is that the so? Wait, is the pancreas you think about before? Oh right, okay. So what? Because for some reason I got diabetes in my head, but so is that so? Is diabetes when the pancreas isn't working properly, right? Ah, okay, okay, right. Oh. Ah, there you go. People with diabetes and the transplant list needs a pancreas. Oh, right, Haley. Okay, yeah, all right. The body is a marvelous thing. Like, who came up with the human body? I really want to know. Who the fuck decided to come up with the human body? I want a refund. I'm telling you, I want a fucking refund. I want a refund. Liver makes bile to your tummy using the gallbladder. Ah, right, Barbara. Hence you get teas like nettle and peppermint. Peppermint to settle the stomach and nettle for liver. Ah. Josh, it's good if it works. Well, yeah, exactly. The body's great if it works. No, not to mention my case. That's why the kidney loss is like the kidney list is like 3 years because most people need kidney and pancreas. Oh, right, Haley. Okay, I'm learning something new every day. Maria says they can have my body back. It's back, right, Marie? I'm so like, I can have my body. Great hangover teas. I remember having a bad stomach one. This was back when I was like in school, um, and somebody recommended peppermint, and I drank peppermint the night before for like upset stomach. Oh, did I wake up with an even worse stomach because it was neat peppermint, and I think I took too much. Um, so yeah, it didn't help my stomach. Went to school and threw up everywhere. Oh, alcohol affects the liver. That's why alcoholics go yellow. Oh right, Coops. Yeah, I did think that alcohol affects the liver because that's uh why me and my friends when we used to drink a lot used to say that we have liver uh is it liver like iron? Um, Not so much anymore. Ginger is good for settling the stomach too. Oh right, really? Well, there you go. Peppermint capsules from Holland and Barrett make me belch. Mint. Just eat the mints. Ah, just eat the mints. Ah. Yeah, this was like straight peppermint in like it was like in liquid form. Oh yeah, that was fun. Going to school the next day and literally throwing up over, and it was right when you was going into assembly as well. Not in assembly, going up to like form. So everyone was in front of me. I didn't win any popularity contests. Just to let everyone know. I mean, I wasn't really popular anyway, but yeah, I didn't win any popularity contests. Slippery elm coats the stomach line. Oh, right, Beryl. Okay. Ah. If you have trapped wind, eat mint imperials. I'm a digestive tract expert. Ah. I didn't. Okay. We're all learning something new here. Fenner says stomach goodness, peppermint, chamomile, ginger, flat lemonade. Mum told me catnip tea. Ah, the mints restaurants gives you. Oh, I love those mints. I love those mints. Haven't been to a restaurant in ages though, but yeah, I love those mints that they give you. Yeah, you love this chat, Peggy. We go on random tangents, like just wild tangents. It's wild here. We just go on random tangents. We may start on E. It's just wild. Yeah, our bodies are amazing, and we just take it for granted, right, Coops? I mean, mine's falling apart. I mean, mine was falling apart ever since I was a kid, but you know, like I say, whoever designed the human body. Also, catnip tea good for fever, as helps cool you and great. Ah, also had ah right okay. Ah, see, I drink way too much coffee. I drink way too much coffee. Way too much coffee. He's ruining their body. Well, Kazi, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. As someone that I went through like my substance abuse and drinking at his age, and then you know my metabolism started fucking slimming down at the age of 26. Yeah, mine's been falling apart. Yeah, mine's been falling apart. BS too, Marie. It's like I'm the same. I've just been diagnosed with stage 3 kidney damage. I'm sorry, Coops. Can I get a part refund on my bill? Right, Antoinette? I'm like, people can take it back. No, coffee doesn't help anxiety. No, it doesn't. You see, I was reading up about coffee, right? This is I go on wild tangents about Google things, and I was reading up about coffee. Coffee is great in small doses. The amount of coffee I drink, however, is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. I know it's not healthy. I know it's not healthy. Um, do you think he's addicted to stuff? He can't seem to do without them and alcohol. Yeah, I do think that, Kazo, I do. You drink too much tea and me. I drink way too much coffee. Um, my warranty on my body and mind is running out. Little problems keep popping up now, right, little Ev? Me too. It's like, you remember the old I mean, I get pop-ups every now and again on my computer. I keep on getting all these pop-ups. Renew your subscription now. I'm like, no, you're okay. Although I keep on getting the pop-up for like Windows 11. You need to upgrade. It's like my body needs that. On rabbit hole herbs and herbal uses. If I had energy in my garden, would be an amazing words. Curry pharmacy. Oh, goodness, I wanted to do herbs. I wanted to grow herbs and everything like that, and then I realised it's a lot of work. Me says I have autoimmune disease, so lots of illnesses pop. I'm sorry, Marie. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, about gardens. I was gonna say something else as well. Oh, about drinking. Googling. I was googling like coffee, and coffee in small doses can help like with tiredness and like actually help your body. Too much coffee can have problems with anxiety and everything like that. It's yeah, can cause a few issues. I must admit, I really miss a nice energy drink. Those are areas of energy. Oh, I used to drink energy drinks. I don't necessarily drink energy drinks anymore. I used to drink energy drinks. I'll tell you what's nice. Red Bull and vodka. I'm not advocating for alcohol. I'm just saying, on a night out back in the day, Red Bull and vodka. That would keep you going. Coffee makes you anxious. Yeah, so does cola. Yeah, I get that, Kazza. It can do. I I'm not you're not coffee sensitive, Peggy. Ah, I've drank too much water. I'm like sodium now. Oh, really, Barbara? Ah, you see, I make the joke of I need to drink more water, and then I make the joke of, well, coffee has water in it. I know that's just a justification, and it's not the correct justification, and I should drink more water. I think it's what is it, 2 liters of is it 2 liters of water a day? And I'm like, well, I put water in coffee. That's got to count for something. It doesn't, and it shouldn't. But you know, mm, I say that about my Ryan. I'm like, never drink 1.5 liters in 30 minutes. You will be sick. I should be right. I know, Fennis. Like, I think my one of my brothers. This was years ago. He was way too hot. And he drank cold water way too fast and drank way too much of it, and actually went into shock. So be careful. You're the same with monsters. They have vitamins inside, right, Haley? Like, right? We justify it. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. I'm like, but coffee does have water in it. I mean, the sugars I add also doesn't help either, and the milk, but still. But that's it. Coffee has milk. Milk in it. I'm just trying to justify the amount of coffee I drink. The doctor asked me if I drank water. I said no. Loads of tea. He said that's fine then. Oh, really, Kaza? I mean, it's fair though, isn't it? It's fair. You generally had to ask my consultant and dietitian if I was allowed a banana. Really, Haley? Wow. Are you allowed one? Are you allowed one? I mean, I go through stages, right, when it comes to like fruit. So there was a time when I loved bananas. There was a time when I loved grapes. I love a good grape though. I prefer the red ones are sweeter than the green ones when it comes to grapes. Now I'm just hungry. First it was cake, now it's fruit. Decaf tea is better for water as no caffeine to dehydrate. Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. That's all my dad drinks, as he won't drink water. Oh, really, Fennis? Okay. I yeah. Shaman's like, I only drink coffee and Pepsi Max. Hate water. Well, yeah. Water, like, it doesn't taste nice. Potassium in bananas affects your kidneys. Oh, okay. But my potassium was low, so I was allowed half. Oh, right, Haley. Okay. Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, I did know that bananas had potassium, but I didn't know that potassium could affect your kidneys. Oh, okay. Does decaf tea taste the same though? I mean, I don't know about tea. decaf coffee, depending on which brand you get, can taste the same. I think it depends on the brand, really. I think it really depends on the brand. Um, I generally don't like decaf coffee, but I think it depends on the brand. I'm fighting for a banana, and E thinks they've got a hard life. They don't have IBS. It's a yeah, right, Haley. I mean, IBS was listed on their medical records, but the way in which they use things, it's like, girl. And this is where, like, the another thing that E needs to realize is there's a difference between constantly wanting to be the victim and being a survivor of something. You know what I mean? Being a survivor of something. Decaf tea is good. Don't drink anything else. Ah, right, Antoinette, really? Okay. Uh, I drink decaf after lunch. Excuse me. Sorry. Sean says, I drink decaf after lunch. Tastes the same as normal coffee. Ah, right, Sean. See, I don't know what it is. Maybe I should get a decaf. Hmm. Maybe I should get a decaf. Maybe. Doctors use IBS for a get out of jail card. They always diagnose that. That's really, Kaza. I mean, I haven't been diagnosed with IBS, but I get what you mean there, Kaza. I get what you mean. It does. The smell is slightly different. Ah, goodness. I mean, it's been a while since I've had a decaf coffee, but for me, mm, uh, you are a warrior, Haley. You are, yes. And he says, I'm a fucking warrior. If I was healthy, I'd defo go to war. Booyah, I'd be unhinged. Haley. That's another good thing, though. Sort of like, the. I mean, I wouldn't be drafted for war. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be drafted for war because of all of the medical conditions that I have. I don't know whether. Do you think he would? I don't know whether he would. I don't think. I mean, he says that they wouldn't, but I don't know. Ben says, and yeah, I stick to caffeine as a nice caffeine drink, and I'm aware now. Ah, right, Ben. It's okay. Um, Helen Howard says, I was diagnosed with IBS, but it was actually endometriosis. I always butcher this. Endometriosis. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that, and I know I'm not. I mean, I know I am. Sorry, yeah. You got to leave for dialysis. Have a great day, everyone. Well, I hope you have an okay day, Haley. um, you're being treated for. Oh wait, I've read. Oh wait, you're being treated for IBS, but I think it's linked with hypermobility. Oh right, Ben, it's okay, okay. Oh, cousin says, you're asking me why wouldn't I be drafted for war, or why wouldn't he be drafted for war? Oh, E. They said that they're not. I think they're just flat out refusing. I think they're just flat out refusing and saying that they would rather go to prison than go to war. They'd rather go to prison than go fight in a war. Because apparently, in his mind, you can't make somebody go to war. As my gut suddenly overactive several times a day. Oh, then so was how once in 2 weeks. Oh, I'm sorry, Fennis. That's got to be awkward, uncomfortable. I know I said awkward, but uncomfortable. Same thing. I don't think they can, Kaza. No, I don't think they can force you anymore, though. I don't think they can. I don't think they can. I mean, you're not wrong, Marie. Yeah, these generally tough through a screen. I mean, look what happened with Natasha and other people. You know, It's been like that since she was a kid. So for me, natural. I mean, yeah, like this is where sort of like because like I've had my keloid scarring ever since I was a kid, and all the things, all the problems that I've had since I was a kid, and sort of like it's almost like you become numb, isn't it? It's almost like your body becomes numb. You become numb to it, um, and things like that. Like, yeah, it's almost like you become numb to it. Oh, you were told IBS too, Barbara? Oh, really? So is it true then? Okay, like they're giving out IBS like that. And there's you can be a conscience objector. You would be in prison instead of on. Oh, really, little lab? Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm used to it. I think everyone. I think a lot of people are used to their illnesses. You know, you just get used to it, don't you? You just get used to it. Oh, okay, Penis. Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, right, Sharon. Yeah, I can get that. He doesn't come across tough on screen. Just to me, just mouthy. Yeah, I get that. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Wait, what's happening here? Oh, oh, no, I don't think that they would. I don't think they'd last long in prison with that mouth. To be honest with you, no, I don't think they'd last long in prison with that mouth. Oh wait, you can't eat fried food, curry, junk foods. I'd be stuck on the loose for a week. Oh really, Barbara? That's. I mean, see, I love a good takeaway. I now want takeaway. I wonder if I sweet talk my partner, would he allow me to have takeaway? Um, you must have missed E last night. You did, Kaza. Last night was wild. Last night was absolutely wild. Um, as my elasticity, I'm sorry, tissues are too soft, hence overbending, etc. It's why I stumble just turning around. Oh, really, Fennis? I can eat a lot of that, but nothing too spicy. Ooh. I see. I don't like things that are too spicy though. I don't like things too spicy. I watched it all. Was horrendous. I did laugh at most of it as it was a little man tantrum, Sharon. It definitely was. A lot of people were hurt and upset though. You saw them late afternoon. Didn't realize they came back on. Yeah, it was all last night. Yeah, Kaz, I watched. I sometimes I watch it through the cam too. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I just watch clips. Last time I had hot honey, my guts panicked for 3 days. Oh, really, Fennis? Oh, I don't mind a bit of honey though. Don't mind a bit of honey. But I'm vegetarian and I will eat salmon, tuna, and cod. Ooh, I do love a good fish and chips. I do love a good fish and chips. You must have missed that last night. Yeah, there was a lot that happened last night, Marie. There was a lot. Oh no, Sharky. Oh no. I mean, I'm not a fan of GB News. I mean, see, this is where sort of like I was thinking a lot about like platforms and things like that. Um, the clips are everywhere, Maria. Like platforms, Sharky, right? Um, you'll have to let us know what if they email you back. Because sort of like I'm not a fan of GB News, right? Like me personally, I'm not a fan of them, right? Because they're like transphobic and all that stuff. Um, like But if other people are, I can't. This is where sort of like when you have characters like E, they want to control how people see them and how people, are. And it's like, you can't. You really can't. I'm not a fan either, but thinking someone has to look at them as they used a clip, I thought, why not? Well, yeah, well, that's it, Sharky, And this is where, like, I made this statement earlier about, like, because he brought up autism and ADHD again, and I'm like, girl, stop it. Because stations like GB News and the BBC and other things are going to use E, you know. Yeah, I've seen GB News a few times on my FYP for some strange reason. Yeah, you'll be about making a brew. I gotta love a brew though. Gotta love a good brew. You have Monster, Fennis. Ah, you have Monster. What kind of Monster? Because there's different versions, isn't there? What kind of Monster do you have? What kind of Monster do you have? And I've got an itchy nose. Ah, just not just normal, like plain Monster. Ah. Copy and a sig for you in a minute. Ah, there you go, Peggy. I mean, I've got I don't smoke. Say don't smoke. I've got an e-cigarette. Um, your favorite is Papillon, Peachy Keen. Ah, it's the silver one. Ah, there you go. Yeah, E brings that situation onto themselves and thinks E can sue people. Yeah, Maria. I did see that they were planning to get them for copyright infringement. It's like, nope, it's not going to work out that way. It's not going to work out that way at all. At all. Oh, the silver one. Okay, fairness. Yeah. I haven't had a monster in God knows how long, but yeah. Because I don't have restrictions from meds, I'll try any flavors. Ah, right, Vanessa. Okay, yeah. And she says, I've got a monster as she's swiped my bed. Different kind of monster. Different kind of monster there, Antoinette. My putty cat, my furball, I'm nicknaming her Shadow because wherever I am, like I made my partner a cup of tea in bed before like I came live. I made myself a coffee and him a cup of tea or a chai tea. Um, Literally, as I was like putting the cup of tea down, cat right there. And as I was going downstairs, cat was following me everywhere. And it says he thinks it's copyright. Oh, he thinks it's copyright. It's not got copyright. No, 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 not at all. He doesn't have copyright at all, so it's not gonna work. She's your bestie now. Yeah, yeah, she's my bestie now. She's my bestie now. Well, no, actually, I think she's not my bestie at the moment. She's upstairs with my partner, but my bestie. Some like Roja has grapefruit juice. Always read the ingredients on drinks before that's my way before consuming. Yeah, I'm like listening. I have earbud in and headphones whilst playing MC. What's MC? What's MC, Fennis? Yeah, all he cares about is money, hence the outburst last night. Right, Will o' the Wisp, yeah, yeah. You have a black lab. If I put my tea down, she steals it. Oh no. Minecraft heavy modded one. Ooh. I've got Minecraft on the PC. Yeah, I've got Minecraft on the PC. I had to think about that for a second. I haven't played it in a while. When it comes to Minecraft, I kind of only like the creative. Um, I haven't played it in a while though. Um, but yeah, I've got a heavy modded one. Ah, I haven't got any of the mods. So mine's on PC. Can't do console movement. Is like stuck in an. Oh right, yeah, yeah. I had two boy cats. They are like Velcro. They stick to me. Right, little Lev, yeah. You have like 179 mods, Venice? Oh my god, I don't think I've got one on mine. I don't think I've even got one mod on mine. Really? Now, if you're talking about The Sims, there are mods on there. If you're talking about The Sims, I got mods on The Sims, but I don't have mods on Minecraft. Um, I wouldn't even know where to get the mods. But like, and I wouldn't even know what to do with it. You know what I mean? Um, I like them all. Animal, plant, magic, sorts, up ones. Ah, see, yeah. I'm just thinking, sort of like those would be cool though. So like, I know that there is a Pokemon. Is it a Pokemon mod? Somebody's modded Minecraft enough to be like having like a full. You can catch Pokemon and everything from Minecraft, and I'm like, okay. Um, but you have two boy cats. They're like Velcro. Yeah, my cat goes through stages. My cat that goes through stages. Sometimes she loves me, sometimes she doesn't. It's called Cobble. Yeah, Cobble. That's it. Yeah, I knew it was called something. Um, I saw it all over like, cause like I follow like gaming on TikTok as well, and I saw that and I was like, oh, that looks cool. Wouldn't know what the first thing to do thing was, but yeah, you've got two girl cats. Yeah, mine's a female feline called Morgana. I call her a little brat because she's now what 9? Yeah, she's 9 years old now. Yeah, 9 years old now. She's a little furball. Oh, she runs around like something rotten. Which, by the way, um, when people turn around and say, "Oh, cats calm down as they get older," no, they fucking don't. Whoever said that's a fucking liar. Whoever said that's a liar. Thank you for the tofus. Thank you for the tofus. One was meant to be a girl, took it to the vet and turned out it was a boy. Ah, really, little Lev. Ah. One of mine is called Bear. We were told she was a boy, and she's not, and she's stuck with the name. I mean, my cat's called Morgana, but she'll answer to anything that I call her. Oi, it's bitch. But she's getting on my nerves. It's like you little brat. I love her really, and she loves me. She comes and sits on my lap. She lets me shake her, and God, the purring. The purring. You can hear her from like the other side of the room. She's my little furball. She's a little furball. But I think she's obsessed with my partner right now. Yeah, the girl next door, her name's Cece or Shrimp. How she sleeps. Oh, there it is. Oh. But yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, my chihuahua sits all over me. She's a nightmare. She thinks she's the boss. Yeah, but yeah, Morgana thinks she's the boss. Although, I don't think she thinks that. I think she knows that. the black floof, the black floof is Scruff or Lemon. And it's, oh, you can't have dogs. You haven't got a garden, and walks would be impractical because of like. I get that, little Lev. Yeah, I get that. Like, people have said to me, sort of like, um, people have said to me to get out more, like get a dog or something. But I'm like, that wouldn't be fair to the dog because I know myself as a human. I know myself as a human, and I wouldn't do it. That's the reason why I love my cat. She's independent and she does whatever the fuck she wants. Yeah, my cats and labs are scared of the chihuahua. Oh, they scare. Oh, chihuahuas are little ankle biters though, so I can see they got a lot of energy. Chihuahuas, they got a lot of energy. So I can see that, Marie. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I'm just I'm just imagining a little chihuahua chasing a cat. Are you like long haired chihuahuas, really, Venice? Ah. I just got images. When you as sad as it is, not good for the dog. Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, would I love a dog to, have a companion? Sure. But at the same time, I know myself and it wouldn't be fair to the dog. Wouldn't be fair to the dog for me to have a dog. Wouldn't be fair. Because I know myself enough to know that I wouldn't take it out for a walk every day. I know that. Cutie's eyes don't look so big. Ah, penis. Ah. My FDAS had an albino chihuahua. Ah, really, Angie? Oh. As I say, they're little ankle biters. Little ankle biters.